So yesterday we covered the mounts: Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, Luna, and the plane of Mars. It actually should be like this. So we discussed these, and 5 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in very generality. We are going to discuss some major lines. That too, again, will be very brief. Let me just clear them up. Okay, yesterday I said that, the line that starts from here and goes all the way down, and then either it goes this way or that way or that way. This is the line of life. It represents your life. It tells everything that is happening to you. Any event that happens in your life, such as marriage, accidents, something that has changed, altered your life, all the alteration, all the stoppages, anything that forces you to change your course of life will be represented will be shown from this line. So this is a lifeline, and it starts from here and ends here. Some people take it the other way. Some think that it starts from here and goes that way, and some think it goes this way. But again, the point is, if your objective, if you measure it either way, if it gives you the story right, and if your calculation is right, then by all means you can study it from there. But I personally take it from I mostly take it from line start. To me, the line starts from here and it ends here. However, the measurement of the age is considered from here. This is your total life. So there's a ring under your at the very beginning of your palm, and then it ends right here under the finger, the joint of the finger. So you measure it. So let's say this whole life is your lifespan, whatever it is. Maybe let's say, assuming it's 100. So we go and we say this is your 50 years. Okay. So, and then you measure the life across, and then you have the beginning of the life. Then you have, let's say, 50 years or so, and then you have, if you live 100 years, so that's 50, and that's 50 here. So it's roughly, I'm just giving an example, but when you start to measure it exactly on the page, when you draw it on the page, it's very accurate. Even to tell you, to give you an example, the one dot like this is one dot. Each dot is almost a year. Let's say if just a person lives 100 years, so it's literally, you are going here. So over here, it's a teenage, about 20 years old, about 40 years old, 50 years old, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So you can very well see, how small this reading is going to be. So you have to actually see, to tell which year it is happening. It is actually is simply a dot on your hand. And so you have to be very careful when you talk about timeline. So you have to be very careful about it. The beginning, okay, the second line is the line which also starts from here and goes towards this. And in this case, it bends here and goes all the way and thins out, but it goes all the way till here. So in other words, this line, if I draw it, then it goes strong, and then it bends down and then goes all the way down. I'll show you in a bit. So if I can increase it, it's not doing it in the recording mode. Otherwise, by typing, it should have been large. But anyway, if you see this very thin line here, which goes all the way down. Okay, So this is also, the line can go all the way and end up here. It could be end up here, like this way, or that way. So lines have a different way of ending, and those are the beginning and the end of the line is a very important thing, no matter which line you see, small or big, major or minor. So lines can come and then they can also split, like the lifeline. We said there are 3 branches or 4 branches. So these can even headline can split into 2. Similarly, here, this is the heart line, and you can see this is already splitting into 2. So if this goes this way and this goes this way, so there's a split, and this split also means something. So we'll talk about it in a later stage. So right now you need to understand these lines, major lines, and get used to it, get familiar with them and their names. And we said the beginning and the end of the each line is very important. In this particular case, if you look at very closely, this is you see little dots in there. This it's right here. You see this shows a bit, the line, if line is like that, disturbed, not like this, which is like more like clarity. Lines are clear here. So there's no fuzz, there's no islands, there's no, its line is plain and smooth, nice, shiny, unlike this one. So what happens is the line which is more disturbed, or you can see some islands or some bubbles in there, then that's a troubled area. So we then make a judgment based upon what kind of bubbles, how they look like, how far they go, how strong they are, what lines are cutting them. Based upon that, then we make judgments. For now, I'm just trying to tell you which line is clear line, which is not a clear line. So the lifeline, this part is not clear, but this part, as life goes on, it gets clarity. So this person initially had a very bad teenage, up to maybe 14, 16, 18 years of age. And I need to measure that. I'm just saying it by looking at it. It's about, through the teenage and to the end of the teenage. So and then as he grows, he gets the control over his life, and his life becomes more smoother. Then you see these small lines cutting, okay? These are the events that are happening in his life. We need to see, like this line, it comes all the way down, and from here, it begins here, and then goes and cuts it. Let me make it clear. So you see now, this line goes like this, then it goes, and then very slightly goes and touches here. And it becomes weaker, but this is actually the line which sets a trend. And it tells about the family and what happens with the family here. And in the next session, I'll enlarge each line, and I'll go through what is happening and how it should look like. To give you a good example of a hand, if I can, I can't move any screen. Anyway, so the lines itself, the cut on the line, like this one, there's a line there's a line cutting here, there's a line coming and going through this, there's a line going like this, and this is actually a health line, or also a secondary luck line. So all these lines, they are important because where they start from. So they either begin from here, they begin from here, they begin from here, or they begin from here, or they begin from here. So these are the five areas that the lines begin. Any line will begin. So, and either they will go this way, or they will go that way, this way, or that way, or over there. So covering all the mounts. So they begin from a mount, they head towards the mount, and they end up on a mount or somewhere in the middle. Sometimes they complete their journey, sometimes they don't. They get interrupted by another line, like there will be a cut, There will be an island. There will be a cross, a star maybe, or next to it, or over it, or there's just simply a break between the lines. And then we study each one of them and we find out what is going on with this hand. So I think my 10 minutes are over because it's almost a daily lecture. So I will complete it. I will leave it here, and I'll be back with more introduction this time. Probably I will be talking about the shape of the hand, shape of the fingers, nails, and all that. So it's like when you look at the hand. So this introduction is basically when you look at a hand and what you see in the very first instance, rather than going and studying the small lines and what they mean. So that is a greater lesson that will come quite late stage. But first we have to get used to looking at a hand at an instant and be able to tell what this person looks like or what he is like. All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you tomorrow. Please don't forget to give me a feedback. Don't forget to ask me questions. Inbox me and I'll answer. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.